I believe that the most underestimated people often hold the greatest potential to change the world. My name is Dr. Kristilynn Turney, and when I was growing up, I was labeled that problem child. Teachers saw my behavior before they ever even saw my potential. I simply didn't fit the mold, but that label, the one thing that could have limited my life, became the very fuel that I needed to push to break barriers. Fast forward years later, I became the first Black principal of two predominantly white suburban schools. Walking into those buildings, I knew that I carried more than a title. I carried the weight of representation, the responsibility to lead in a space where my very presence alone challenged unspoken expectations. I didn't come in with all of the answers, nor did I pretend to have all of the answers. But instead, I came in with one important question. What if the students and the staff that we see as the hardest to reach are actually the keys to transforming our school and our community? That one question was how I led. I listened differently as a result of that question. I built relationships across differences as a result of that question. I found ways to shift the culture so that every student, every staff member felt not only seen, but also valued and respected. And slowly, we began to build that trust that we desired. We built the belief that the idea that everyone has a place and a purpose. And so that's why my talk, Breaking Barriers from Problem Child to Problem Solver, fits in so deeply with the theme of rebuilding minds and rebuilding communities, because real rebuilding doesn't start with programs or policies. It actually starts when we change how we see people. And in doing so, that change and what is so possible for them as well as us and our community. In my talk, I'll share the lessons that I've learned from across both sides of the educational divide. As a student who needed someone to believe in her, and as the leader who had the chance to believe in others. I want the audience to walk away filled with hope, knowing that no past ever defines us, and inspired to lead with courage, connection, and purpose. Because when we rebuild minds, we rebuild the very heart of our schools and communities. I was the problem, and then I became the principal.